Robert Heffernan, Endotech, streaming live exclusively for Pareto token holders and Endotech subscribers. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our daily show, and I do it every day. I take Saturdays off, and occasionally I might miss a few days because I'm on the road, but generally, around this time, I am streaming live with Blockchain Vitals. And what a sigh of relief for the holders, right? All the people with their head in the sand. If your head is in the sand, somebody's giving you Morse code. Maybe they're tapping on your behind and letting you know things are a little better in the crypto sphere. For me, I'm a master technician, and I don't put my head in the sand. I am in or I am out, and I just find it much easier to try to play that way than to just bury your head in the sand and think things are going to work out. I got to say, though, it's not as bad if you are not leveraged, all right? If you're just a buy and holder because you're not leveraged, you're just seeing your money disappear when you could improve your average, I believe, with a little due diligence to the technicals. But if you're leveraged at all, you cannot be a bury your head in the sand holder because you'll get blown out. The leverage cuts both ways, and that's the way I learned to trade, very highly leveraged in the commodity markets in Chicago. And I bring that frame of reference and that frame of mind to my trading. Even here in the cryptos, all right? I don't want to give money away when I don't have to, and I want to maximize my profits. All right? I can't wait to talk about the vitals in the vitals section, taking the vitals. But let's do the rounds first before we talk about the price action. Doing the rounds, little segment we do every day, talking what's in the news in crypto sphere. And to start off, so I don't forget, that Endotech.io app is available at the App Store for your iPhone download, free through August 8th. Let our signals quicken your pulse. All right? Didn't want to forget that. And I get a lot of my news from the Endotech.io homepage. Under market analysis there is... hold on. Functionality. The market sentiment. And that's where I garner it from. So there are, the AI engine scanning the news for things important to give you a fundamental background. All right, I don't mind a fundamental background when talking about these things. And a fundamental background can influence what I'm looking at or what I'm looking for, more importantly, in a technical trading setup, all right? And in the news that jumps out to me today is Monero successfully completes first bulletproofs audit. And I thought this was a key for going forward on, and believe me, the technology and the actual science behind this is so far above my head, it makes me spin to think about it. But I think what's important is so many people just wrote off cryptocurrencies in being able to take on credit card companies. And there's another thing in the news that I want to talk about on this front. Because the transactions per second, or the ability to do those was so slow, not even in the same ballpark, right? Well, that was years ago, and these things are evolving, and people are working really hard at making the technology better. And there's this thing called bulletproofs, and it's utilized by Zcash and some other cryptocurrencies, and Monero is using it now. And they're going to have an 80% reduction of transaction size, and it will lead to an 80% reduction in transaction fees. My point is that for you just to say, well, they can only do X number of transactions per second and bury your head in the sand if you're a credit card company and say this isn't really a threat, believe me, you're going to be in big trouble when the technology evolves, and it will. And now you're going to have, think about it, if it's faster, if that becomes the case, if it's faster, because it's going to be cheaper, more transparent, more reliable, so many other things. If the transactions per second start to mimic what goes on in the fiat world, then look out, man. Look out, because change is a-coming. All right? And the other thing on that front is the state of New York, and I don't know where that story went on me, but the state of New York has approved another license for exactly that, a Bitcoin, and I think it's Bitstamp, I forget what it is. But it's a company that's going to be able to do crypto transactions for other companies. And New York, by far, taking the charge and the lead, even more than the feds, on regulating this space. And, my hat's off to this company out of Atlanta that they dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, and now, they're able to, believe me, a lot of business goes on in the great state of New York. There it is, BitPay. BitPay becomes New York's first standalone crypto payment processor. Thank you for the producer for getting that in front of me. Good job. And, so again, it's evolving. Can you see it? The evolution is coming. This thing is growing, and you better take notice. And I can't imagine a better place to have some of your funds than in cryptos at this point here. All right. Next, we're going to take the vitals. All right. Taking the vitals. But in order to do that, you need to have Pareto tokens or be an Endotech subscriber. So please find a way. Go to endotech.io and subscribe. The folks are ready, willing, and able to get you on a subscription plan where you can take full advantage of Blockchain Vitals, the sheet, the daily show, and so much more at endotech.io, and so much more coming down the pipeline. This baby is just pulling out of the station. Endotech.io, let me say that again. Endotech.io is just pulling out of the station. This train is going to be a chugging for a long time with incredible, actionable trading information, actionable intelligence for the crypto market and crypto investments. So get on board, all right? Get on board. The train is leaving the station. All right, say goodbye to the YouTube crowd, Bob. Goodbye, YouTube crowd.